Hello YouTube and welcome to frames 3 and 4 between me and Dean in our third league match. This is the last of the three, and at the end of this video, if I can get it loaded up properly, I'm going to do a league review as we're now in the final month of this league and it's starting to take its shape. And what I really need is to make sure that I'm in the top 10 before the end of the month. Because we go on to qualifying games for, I think it's for some other knockout, but we will see. I don't think that's actually been announced fully as yet. But I've got a decent opening red. Unfortunately didn't manage to avoid the black or the reds and had that awkward black. And it just pulled up at the jaws. Now I'll put this red and I will, as long as I don't completely stuff it up, be on the black. And then play a shot where I can use the bunch of reds to hold the cue ball so that I'll A, develop them, and B, be on the red to the right corner. But instead yes, I'm laughing there. The white has found the only spot where it could have wandered through the bunch where it's awkward. I think I am still going to take this red on. Oh, it's teabagged it. It definitely dipped. Got too much pace. Any softer and I might have been alright. Now looking at this red, there is an angle where I can play it off a couple of cushions and come down for the black, but I'm not going to be greedy. And I'm going to play the more conservative positional shot and try and hold for the blue and then just work it out from there. Just need it to slow down, and so I'm now the wrong side of the blue, unfortunately, and only just. And yes, on that one I felt terrible. As I said to Dean, it's like that's the first, or it felt like the first shot that I've properly snatched, like been really grabby and rushed it in what feels like weeks. But that one felt quite nice, using the second red to hold for the black. And again, I was just trying to run up and play a holding cannon. Yeah, so I was trying to get on, well, really a choice of reds, you know, either be on the one that's directly above the black or be on the one that's closest to the right corner. But I'm going to play this one to the left corner and hope. Yeah, so I was trying to use the red to slow the cue ball down, and I don't think I could be much more unlucky actually. That snookered me on absolutely everything. So I've nominated green, and if I miss it, Dean can put me back, so I really want to hit it. Yeah, actually couldn't be happier with that one. Very, very tough long range effort from Dean. Now I'm playing the red that's the lowest of these two, but I need to hit it super thin. So I don't mind if I miss it, essentially, because the other red's going to be there, so I know I'm not going to foul. And I did hit it full ball, and that was an interesting fluke, wasn't it? I did apologise to Dean, and I said that because of that I was going to take the green on, because I felt that karma kind of told me to do so. After making a fluke like that, that was ridiculous. And he's been very unlucky, especially with that pot. Now just stun that red in, making sure I had a high black and white on and off the cushion, and that soft cannon has worked out alright actually. Just stopped with the red, and now I want to try and hit the two reds that are together, sort of closest to the green. If I can do that, then I'll be on one of those, or the one to the left middle, or hopefully the one to the left corner. So I did get the cannon. So I was hoping to be on the one to the left corner, the one that's actually underneath where the cue ball is, but after looking at it, the one that's below the pink, if I drop this one in, I can play it on and off the cushion, and then I have a choice of pink to left middle, sorry, right middle, or the black to the right corner. So let's see how this one works out for me. Wasn't expecting the cannon on the pink, I have to say. I thought there was enough room that I could miss it, which is why the cue ball went behind that red, and rather than leaving me nicely on the black. And it was a bit disappointing actually to miss the pink to the middle. Is this? Yeah, that's very nicely cued and held for the black. Is he gonna drop this in and play for the one on the cushion, or come out for one of the reds in the middle of the table? Back for the black again. Yeah, very nice. Nice angle to go up for a choice of three reds actually. So I want this on this red to go back up for a choice of yellow or pink, I reckon. Yeah, no way of excuse me, no way of staying on the black. Or probably deserved that one to go in, to be fair. That wasn't too far away. As my shot to the middle was quite a distance away, and that has sadly tied those two reds up. So if I can get this red back down with where those other two are, and get the cue ball somewhere up near the brown. Thankfully that got a double kiss, hitting it full ball rather than a half ball, otherwise I think I'd have stuck it over the left corner. And I wasn't too far away from that one. Missed it on the thick side, trying to hold for the black. Now an awkward one queuing off the cushion, and the cue ball is going to run into the reds. But that's a very, very nice shot, bringing that red out into play. And even watching this 4 or 5 times back, I still can't believe that black didn't drop. That one definitely did not deserve to hold where it did. And that's about the worst place I could have left that cue ball, because it's a fraction off a straight. I would have wanted like a half ball pot on the red. So now all I can do is play it awkwardly like that. Now you'll notice in this frame that the scoreboard on screen differs from the one in the room at the top of the picture. And that is because after going back over this footage, I realised that there were points that I didn't put on my score that I should have done. Where the remote for the scoreboard excuse me, had gone walkabout, at least for this match, and we were having to do it actually on the scoreboard, and just kept, well, yeah, there was a couple of balls that I forgot to put on, so I think there's a difference of 8 points between my screen score and the one on the scoreboard. Thankfully, Dean's is correct. And actually, after excuse me, after reviewing the footage, thankfully, it doesn't make a difference to the outcome of the frame, but I'm not saying who wins it. And that was close. Managed to get quite nicely back for the brown. Now this one is a bit of an awkward angle. This is kind of in between, do I just drop this green in and have the cue ball somewhere near the blue for a shot on the brown, or do I try and batter it in and get around the table? I chose the latter, and I know the green pushed the black off its spot, but I think the white would have gone round the back of the black anyway, so I think I'd have been on it. But I managed to fluke a snooker. Thankfully Dean got out of that one. I don't like fluking snookers. It's not very fair. If you're playing for them, all good. Make them as tough as you like, but fluky ones are annoying, even if you lay them. So this one's going close to the corner, and I can get past the blue to it. Can I? Now, am I going to do my normal thing and try and power it in and miss it completely, or am I going to play it sensibly? No, I'm going to try and power it in like a muppet. Yes, my technique doesn't allow for a lot of usage of power. My technique is definitely much more suited to the delicate tippy-tappy stuff. It is something I've been trying to work on, but unfortunately it hasn't gone right as yet. Now, has Dean got an angle to pop this green and get the brown out? And I'm looking at this shot. I can't play a double because of the pink, so I'm going to hit this one a bit firmer and try and get the treble. No, quite a distance away from that one. Yes, told him I was going for a treble. Apologies about that, Dean. That was definitely a fluke, that one. Getting the quadruple. And I did try and knock that one past the pink, but instead it knocks it into the pink, and the brown now passes it and does go in the middle, but it's by no means a gimme. And the blue, is in the way of the potting angle of the brown. So going to the right of the blue, I need to play this with left hand side to bend it round rather than banana it. But I didn't quite get the correct amount of side, and I missed it. And this, go on. Oh. Yes, just saying to Dean, as soon as he hit that one and it was started following the cushion, I genuinely thought that one was going to drop in, and it would have been a lovely positional shot for the blue as well. And unfortunately, where I've tried playing that one with right hand side to actually try and sort of half pop the brown, and also at the same time get the cue ball back up the table, I've missed it completely. And I didn't know where the cue ball was to put it back, so between the two of us we decided that I'd just play it from there. And that time I did manage to hit the brown in the way that I wanted to, and didn't quite pot it. But Dean has made light work of that one. And as per the scoreboard in the room, he's only 11 points behind, so doesn't actually need snookers. I know the one on the screen says he does. But if he pots these 3 balls, then he is going to take the frame. Blue's quite close to the corner pocket though, so yeah, awkwardish to get the cue ball out. Now does the pink pot in the middle, or is he going to take it to the corner? Oh, that was not far away. That wiggled in the jaws, didn't it? But it's come quite a long way up the table. So I can have a quick look at it down into this left-hand corner pocket as we're looking, because the white's always going to go up the table to potentially be safe. Not very hopeful for this one, but it's gone in all net and no leather, so I was quite happy with that pot on the pink. And we're going to get straight into frame 4 with Dean to get us underway. And he's caught the blue and left me a excuse me, a couple of choices. Will I take one of them? No, sadly not. Would have been nicely on the black. Not even going to bother with the long red to the right corner. Just going to play things slightly more attacking, see if I can get the cue ball up. Was trying to get behind the green, but the wrong line, so it's just next to the blue. And black doesn't go to left corner, so no real point in taking a red to the right corner to hold. Which is why I tried taking that red to then have the black into the same pocket. It was quite a long way off from that pot. Oh, those middles really don't like accepting them at anything other than perfect. And this red is actually a lot closer to that yellow than it looks, so when I'm playing this, I'd have put my mortgage on actually hitting the yellow first there and fouling rather than potting the red, but quite pleased that I did manage to drop it in. Blue to the green pocket and then come back down for a choice of red to, well, either left middle or right corner. Let's just see where the white ends up. So I've elected to go for left middle, and then we'll have a choice of the bulk colours. And just a gentle nudge into the yellow. Green to its own pocket and hold for this red. And a little bit straighter than I wanted to. I wanted this more sort of quarter ball, half bally type pot so I could use the side cushion, but it was a little bit too straight and screwed a little bit too much, unfortunately. So can I drop the yellow in the left middle and use some of the other balls as a slowing down ball? Just overcut that a little. And the pocket rejecting that one as well. And it has meant that I've got an angle on this red below the pink where I can just softly stun it in and then have the pink to the left middle pocket. Didn't really have to do too much with that. But tried to play that one on and off the cushion a bit more than that, so that I had the red that's kind of below the cue ball into the right corner, to then go back up for the yellow to clear the middle pocket. But I'm still on this one to the left corner, and hit it a bit too well for the pink to right middle. So I'm going to try the thin snick on this yellow and hope that the cue ball hits something on the way back down. That's not the easiest red that's going to be now, is it? But I've cued that one nicely, and the red next to the pink just about goes. So I'm going to look to drop this one in, play a similar shot on this red. I didn't hit the blue as hard as I wanted to. Actually, I should have played it out a little bit firmer. But I can play this one in, play it with a bit of check side, just to make sure the cue ball then comes essentially high on the pink, although I'm still going to be lower on the table. But yes, adding the side on, I failed to account for that. So nice red and pink from Dean. Where's he going to go with this one? Unfortunately, it's kind of stuck on that red, and that made it stick on the black as well. That's close. Go on. No, not to be. That's terrible. Oh, what an abysmal safety shot. That one was particularly unlucky. I thought he'd found a nice line and it was going to wiggle near the jaws. I'm going to stay there. No attempt at the pot, but caught the blue on the way back up. Black out of commission, so this is going to be difficult to, well, firstly to pot it, and secondly to get on a colour. He fluked it. Wasn't far away. And again, I can just about get through to this red. And if I can screw it in a little bit, the natural path of the cue ball is going to go in behind the pink. It's gone a little bit too close to the cushion though, so the cue ball, if I take the pink, is going to go close to that green pocket and might go in off. So the more sensible shot is to try and take the blue to the corner, and then probably play for the red on the right hand side of the table as a double into left middle. Right, that's split those up. Just trying to get out for black in the same pocket. Now the cue ball's going to go somewhere near the red on the right hand side cushion, and it should hopefully leave me either on the red below the blue to the left corner, because I think it goes, or the red to the right middle. Yeah, too close to that one for that shot, and it does. This red does pop to the left corner. Now hopefully I've got a nice angle on this black with a smidge of right hand side and a bit of top just to help the cue ball round. Get in behind these two reds and have one of them to the right corner. But I've hit that one a little bit too hard. Which has made that pot much harder than it needed to be. Dean's just not having any sort of luck at the moment, is he? The snooker gods are looking on him ferociously for some reason. Okay, yellow. 7 o'clock on the cue ball, or 8 o'clock actually, probably. Just to bring it down off that side cushion. Maybe even a little bit too much side on it. I was trying to be on this red to the right corner, which I am still, but it's a bit thinner than I wanted. I played one of these shots earlier, and I've had the same result, which is a bit frustrating. But very, very nicely taken red. Now, come on, be lucky. Opted for the sensible option, I think. And it wasn't far away, it was only a couple of coats of paint. But Dean's decided not to put me back in. Which I was actually fully expecting to be put back there. And I wasn't too far away with that red. And although it's not a snooker, I can see the right hand side of this ball, but I want to send the red back around the table, so I'm going to play this one cushion first to hopefully leave the white up near the bulk cushion. So yes, that one has worked out better than expected actually, because I have got the snooker. Oh, it's just carried on rolling past the green, otherwise I could have been in a world of trouble there. Nicely out of his snooker. I'm trying to get behind the yellow. And that shot has worked about as well as I could have hoped actually. Yeah, Dean missed the first time, and I didn't fancy taking the free ball. Missed the second time, and he's opting to change his tic-tacs. And just played out of it very nicely. Am I going to be behind the pink?
Yeah, I thought swerve would be a little bit difficult.
I am behind the pink, but it hasn't covered it. Not fully. But that was a country mile away from that one. Awful. There's a very, very nice shot from Dean. He's got me just under a full ball snooker behind the yellow, and the brown ball in the middle pocket are in the way of a straightforward escape, so a little swerve around the yellow. I've over swerved it and missed it the wrong side. So Dean puts me back in. So attempt number 2 on this shot. So a little less power on the swerve and got it quite nicely. Oh, that middle pocket has been not very nice to either of us, actually. All the middles on this table have not been nice to us at all. So I drop the red in for the blue. Bit of side, on and off the cushion. Use that helping side to get the white up somewhere towards the yellow. Oh, Georgia. But Dean comes around to concede the frame. And I run out 4-0 victor. Which I do think is maybe a slightly harsh result towards Dean on that one. I mean, I'm elated that I've got extra points, but yes, I think Dean could have had at least one of those frames. But thank you very much for the game, as always, Dean, and good luck with your venture in the rest of the league. Now, let's actually have a look at that league table. So here is, it's only just the top 10 that I've copied so that you can have a look at it, but there are, I think there's about 30 of us that are playing. So yeah, so the league ends at the end of September 2023, and this is being recorded, where are we now, 4th of September. You can play each other 3 times, and you can see there the points for winning, drawing or losing, plus the additional points for the frames. And you'll see that Omka is on top, where he's played 56 games and on 228 points. Gareth on 49 games with 214 points, and then me, with this result after Dean included, I've played 29 and I'm on 132 points. I haven't actually played Colm in the league as yet. Played Phil twice, maybe 3 times. Dean 3 times. Sarosh I haven't played. Dazza once in this league, I think. Steve I haven't played, and Darren at the bottom of the top, well, in 10th position, I've played 3 times. Now the first 2 games of his you have seen, but the third game I played very, very recently and thought, you know what, I'm not going to record it because no one's going to want to watch me play play Darren a third time. So I didn't record it. I ended up winning the match 4-0, and his handicap had been reduced from 29 to 22 at the time of us playing. So it was his first match post handicap review. We both played very well actually, and both had multiple teen and 20 plus breaks. And then in frame 4, rather annoyingly, as I didn't record it, I had a break of 51, which would have been nice to have shown you guys and girls, but not to be. But yeah, just thought I'd let you know that I did have that result. So I think with the amount of points that I've got here, I don't think there's any chance of me dropping out of the top 10. It would, however, be nice to play 1 or 2 of the people that I haven't been able to play, but it's just this league is, you play kind of who you can when you can. So if my diary doesn't match up with somebody else's, let's say Colm's, then unfortunately I wouldn't get to play him at all. But with this handicap system that we've got, it has worked out quite nicely, and a lot of the games are fairly even. that's it for me. Actually, I'm going to finish waffling now, talking about the league and this match. So thank you very much to Dean for that game, and thank you very much, it's a big thank you actually to everybody who's stayed to the end of this video to listen to the league review. I will keep you updated if I play any more games between now and the end of the month, but fingers crossed I'll stay roughly where I am. And for now, everybody, as always, take care.